Ever since all the news of Ezra Miller doing the shit that they have done has made me not want to go watch the Flash movie and makes me feel sorry for everybody that he has affected. He's a crazy fucker. Like, I've never seen anyone go off the rails as much as this. Now some more information on the fact that he has not pleaded guilty for being a felon. And to be fair, I'm very shocked at the way that Warner Brothers is handling this. I feel like they need to drop him. They need to get rid of the Flash. I don't care if it's going to reboot their entire universe. They could easily redo it later, or they could easily replace Miller, because to be fair, no one is going to see this film. This film's going to flop, and then we're going to get the, why isn't it doing really, really well? And that really fucking irritates me, because this film is basically tarnished and no one's going to go see it. It just makes me go, Over here at comicbook.com says Flash star Ezra Miller pleads not guilty to burglary charge that could carry up to 26 years in prison. Now, spoiler alert, we know that this is not going to happen. What's going to happen is he's going to pay a huge fine, do community service, and that's it. And we all know this. Like, it's anything you hear about this is the stars instantly get out of this because they have a lawyer, they'll pay a large amount and do community service. And I do hope from the stuff that Miller has done that they should go straight to the prison. Like, they have done some horrible shit. And this is going to kind of probably recap everything. I've not read the article, so we're going to do it together. The Flash star Ezra Miller has pleaded not guilty to burglary charges in Vermont, one of a number of scandals that threw a tabloid spotlight on the actor over the summer. The charge, which could carry up to 26 years in prison if Miller is convicted, centers around the alleged break-in in May. The residents at the Beddington country home allege that Miller stole alcohol, while Miller reportedly told police that they were borrowing cooking supplies while the owner was out. Why, like, literally, why would you say shit like that? That doesn't make it, like, sorry, officer, I broke into this entire house. I needed cooking supplies. Yeah, there's a fucking Target or Walmart or whatever down the road which you could go for. How would that fly? The fuck? Like, it's absolutely... Oh, there's a house that we had to break into. Fuck off, Miller. Where are we? The Vermont address is near a property owned by Miller, and Vermont Superior Court today instructed the actor to stay away from the neighbor who filed the charges. No, Miller would instantly go there. Isaac Winker accused Miller of entering his property without permission and taking 3 bottles of liquor from the pantry. Besides Winkle, Miller, who was prohibited by interacting with another Vermont resident early as conditions of their release, which is deadline. We've got the deadline thing. The Superior Court Judge Kelly A. McDonald Caddy has not yet set a return date for the trial. Miller joined the court via video conference today, as they understood when McDonald Caddy ordered that as a condition of their release, they can't have any contact with Isaac or Adrian, either by phone, in person, email, text, posting on social media, and can't abuse or harass them. And to be fair, like, you know that he'll find a way. Like, Miller won't give a shit and he'll go straight for it. It's just so fucking whack. The original charging document, now seamlessly unavailable online, read, as a result of the investigation that included surveillance videos and statements, probable cause was found to charge Miller with the offense of felony burglary into an unoccupied dwelling. After a long summer in which a number of serious allegations were presented against Miller, the actor announced that they were suffering complex mental issues. It's always a thing. Now, I've noticed that with other stuff like this, they instantly throw out the mental health issue thing, and that's what they throw, that's what they do. Yet all the stuff that they've done, and now they've pleaded that they're going to get help and only time would help. They've got these issues, that's fine. I hope that they get help, but I don't see it. Like, you just kind of think after you started doing this after the first instant, you'd be like, shit, I need to fucking seek help, but they didn't, and that really annoys me. So now they're using it because the film's coming out, and Warner Brothers have probably gone, Miller, you need to get your act together, fucking sort it out right now. That's my interpretation of what Warner Bros. Have done, because they don't want to lose all the money for the film, yet they threw Johnny Depp under the bus straight away, after Amber turned around and said like a few things to kind of like start it, and allegations and stuff, but they were very happy enough to drop Johnny straight away, which makes me think that Warner Brothers is a shit company. The actor was arrested twice earlier this year in Hawaii, both stemming from an incident after being arrested for disorderly conduct and harassment following a confrontation at a karaoke bar. Miller was bailed out and then soon after arrested again for second-degree assault. According to the victims in the second case, Miller has been staying with them in Hawaii and assaulted them after being bailed out of jail. They claimed at the time Miller had also stolen their belongings as they left. Not long after, the parents of an 18-year-old Native American activist tried to file a protection order against Miller, alleging that the actor had been grooming their daughter for years. The young woman, whose name is Tuki, I apologize, I'm not going to say the name because I don't want to butcher it. Despite the characterization, and has said that Miller helped her escape a bad situations. More on these cases develop. Now, yeah, this whole thing over on Deadline, basically they're going through the exact same thing, but this was the extra stuff. With more than a few pennies potentially on the line for Warner Brothers Pictures and the studio long-awaited $200 million budgeted The Flash flick out next year, the non-binary identified Miller agreed to 5 overall conditions. The most pressing being that the actor cannot have any contact with, so it's the same thing. But the fact is that Warner Brothers is cancelling a ton of shows right now, or films, yet The Flash was the one. I have a feeling, as I said before, that they just want the whole universe rebooting type thing, and this is going to be the way. But yet you're going to have your entire new universe on all of these stuff that's happened with Miller. What the fuck? I would literally have just dropped it and gone, fuck it, we'll do this another way, and just not finish the film. That's my sort of thing. I know it's a lot of money, but I just generally think it's the worst thing that their name is now liched onto this, and I'm not going to go see this film. I don't want to see Miller at all. Now, one thing I will say is they can't abuse or harass them. Guarantee that Miller won't, but his fans probably would, and I'm not saying that they will, but maybe one or two will go after them, and it's just a bit Here, Miller has also had a successful sit-down earlier this fall with Warner Brothers Motion Picture chairs Michael D. Luca and Pamela Abbey to apologize for all the legal and media spotlight that their behavior has caused. Still has basically finished. The Flash launches towards that date. I don't want to give them any press on when this is coming out, although I've shown it. The Flash launched that way. Utterly publicity what mattered. Again, you've just ruined the entire thing. No one's going to go see this. You'll get some people wanting to, but majority, I think, no one's going to see this. Naming names, rap shit creator Ray recently told Airlim magazine, the stuff that's happening with Ezra Miller is, to me, a microism of Hollywood. There's this person who's a repeat offender who's been behaving, and as opposed to shutting them down and shutting the production down, there's an effort to save the movie and them. This is a clear example of the lengths Hollywood go to save itself and to protect offenders. So don't do that, and women may be able to thrive. They won't have to lean in fear of keeping silent because it will ruin their careers. It's just a constant pattern of persistent if Hollywood continues to insist on being this way. With Miller in mind, Ray went on to say that Tinseltown is literally the worst industry when it comes to pushing people off misdeeds and actions, because money will always reign supreme. And yeah, I do think that. I think that because you've got all this money that's been put into this, they'll just throw more money at it to make it disappear. Oh yeah, Miller did this, here's some money. Miller did that, here's some money. So go see the Flash film. Just go see it. What really irritates me is you see all this sort of stuff, and then when Johnny Depp literally got fired and pulled from everything under allegations, it was just words at the time, and yet they literally got rid of Johnny straight away. But yet with Miller, they're keeping him on. There's police reports, there's evidence, there's tons of stuff. So why hasn't Warner Brothers gotten rid of it? I just think it's horrible. They shouldn't be protecting people like this whatsoever, and it just makes me sick. I'm not going to watch The Flash when it comes out in cinemas. I will refuse to see it. I do not care if it is the best movie in town. I do not care whatsoever, and I think Warner Brothers should be ashamed of themselves for letting Miller continue. I think they should be, I would like the head of Warner to come out and go, this is the reason why, and just tell us, because I don't think that they've said anything apart from throwing money at this, and they need to come out and say. Anyway, I'm going to leave that. What are your thoughts on this? Do you believe that Miller should be dropped? I believe that Miller should be in prison. I guarantee that they should be in prison right now. But, you know, if he gets found guilty, then 26 years in prison. But yeah, I'm going to leave that. What are your thoughts? Let me know. See ya.
チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。